Hey guys, we are here with an exclusive inside look with Intrepid Camp Gear. We're gonna go through all of their current tent offerings. We're gonna give you a full walkthrough of their current big one, that's their 3.0. We're gonna take a look at some of the stuff that they make that you can use outside your tent or off your vehicle. We're gonna talk to them a little bit about what sets them apart. So if you're shopping, if you're comparing, you're gonna wanna see that. And last, but certainly not least, we've got an exclusive promo code for you. We're gonna tell you how you can get something extra special if you're looking to buy. So, all that coming right up.
Hey everybody, I am here with Sloan at Intrepid Camp Gear. And Sloan, would you please tell us a little bit about Intrepid Camp Gear and what you guys do here?
Yeah. So again, I'm Sloan. I work with Intrepid Camp Gear. Primarily, we make rooftop tents. We've got some other products coming down the line. I'll get into that. We launched in January of 21. We took us about 2 years to have a good working product. So it's good 2 years of development, engineering, and design that went into these. Like I said, we specialize in rooftop tents. It's kind of our bread and butter. Really the biggest factor is just our hinge design. This is our unpatented design. That's kind of the core of what we have right now. In the future, we're getting some other products such as cargo boxes, and some other products that we feel match the identity as well.
So Sloan, I am new to the rooftop camping world. So what factors would be key for me to know to get into one? What would I need to know to be prepared to buy one of these things?
Yeah, so there's a handful of factors I'd say that we get questions about the most. The biggest one is going to be price. What is it that's within your budget? That might kind of affect whether you're waiting for sales to come along or whether you're looking at a soft shell tent or a hard shell tent. Typically soft shell tents are going to be a little bit cheaper than hard shells are, just because of materials. Another factor is going to be how many people you have camping. If you've got a handful of kids, or if it's just going to be you by yourself, or you and maybe a significant other, that'll affect what model of tent you go with. Again, if you're going to go for like a larger soft shell style tent, or maybe medium sized hard shell one as well. And then lastly, I would say your vehicle type. So
Okay, so having said that, I have a small SUV.
yeah.
How would I know what tent to buy for that and if it would even work?
Yeah, so two big pieces are going to be the weight rating that your vehicle can have, and then we have some resources I can talk about as well that can walk you through that. I'd say if you're going to have a smaller vehicle, the weight rating of the rack that you have is going to be a bit more of your limiting factor. You can always reach into our shop or any shop that you might be looking at, and they have a plethora of recommendations as far as racks go, from the largest weight capacity to the lowest, and price from the lowest to highest as well. With that, we'll change what tent your car can have. If you don't mind a really large tent being on a smaller vehicle, then theoretically with a really good rack, it can possibly hold that weight just fine. We do also have a configurator on our website if you were looking to see what a smaller or larger vehicle looks like with any of our 3 tent options. We've got a handful of different vehicle sizes on there, so you can just kind of see proportions wise how each of our tents look on there. And then again, you can always reach out to us in the shop. We can recommend racks to you. We can recommend a tent for your specific vehicle.
I am sitting in the Geo Solo. This is it's a one person, it's a pretty roomy one person. They've got 3 sizes. Sloan is gonna take us through the differences in those sizes.
Yeah, so over here on this side is gonna be our largest tent. This is our Geo 3.0. We made this for smaller families, or honestly couples that are looking to have a little extra room. I'd say this tent is gonna be better for full-size trucks or SUVs as well. The main difference between all 3 of these tents is really just gonna be the width, and with that, the weight. This one's gonna be, all of them are 88.5 inches long. This one's gonna be 63 inches wide and at 187 pounds. Our middle-sized tent is gonna be our Geo 2.5. This one's really for 2 adults and 1 kid, or 2 adults and a dog. This one's gonna be 55 inches wide at 155 pounds. And then our smallest size, a Geo Solo, we kind of intentionally designed this for like the athlete space, or what we found is that there's a lot of middle-aged or older men that have come to terms with the idea that their wives do not want to camp with them, and so this is a really good solution for them. But the perk to this is you can have the rest of your rack space for mounting equipment or any of your sporting goods. This one's going to be 33.5 inches wide and 120 pounds.
So your box that you guys are about to release, or okay, oops, we'll get to that later, but you can put those side by side with the Solo, right?
Yeah. So our largest size box, the idea that we had in mind was that it can be mounted side by side with the Geo Solo. They're the exact same length, and the width of the box can be a little bit smaller, but these can be mounted side by side, so you can still carry your gear and have a tent, which is really typically a big limiting factor of having a tent is you lose your roof space. So we just kind of wanted to make a combo that could keep that.
So I am sitting in the 3.0 comfortably on something that is also about to come out soon. So we've got like 2 reveals happening through the course of this video. Keep watching, everybody. All right, so Sloan's gonna take us through the 3.0. You call this thing a game changer, and I would say it's, I mean, yeah, for hanging out inside. Where do we start with this thing? How about
some of the primary features in here? For example, we can start with the doors and the features. You got 3 large doors. We really want to, like, if you're going to be in a higher position when you're camping, the idea is you actually get a good view of wherever it is that you're at. So we wanted big doors that give you a good view no matter where you are at. So 2 of the big pieces of this is on the rear door. We've got 3 layers. You've got a mesh layer, which is your bug net. You've also got a clear layer as well. So if you are in a really nice location and you want to sleep and have that rear door closed but open, you can get that rear door. And then we also have these skylights up top as well. So those are just gonna be for stargazing and getting some light in there. And then these side doors, we're just gonna have a primary layer and a mesh as well.
This is cool. I like the three layer concept because, yeah, don't ever let the guy that hasn't done it before unlatch it from the inside where you can't see. In my defense, everybody. But yeah. So we've got, like, if you literally just wanted to watch the stars, like, this is cool. This is the attention to detail stuff that I am drawn to about this tent.
Yeah, and one of the questions we get quite a bit is about these TPU layers, whether that's in the roof or in this rear door here. We spent a lot of time testing TPUs, and typically these are not known for being the most durable in weather changes or in the sun. And we really did do a lot of research and testing on TPUs. We believe this is probably one of the best TPUs you can get. And we've also had thousands of hours of some of our tents being in the sun and in the cold, and we haven't had any issues with cracking or severe yellowing or anything. So that's one question we do get quite a bit. And worst case scenario, if you do have any puncturing or you do like create some damage in your tent, we've designed everything on here to be replaceable. So the skin itself can be zipped in and out, and a new one can be put in. And similarly with a lot of the hardware that you have in here, the mattress, anything in here can be replaced with time.
We've got some accessories in here. Mm-hmm. This pouch on the back.
Yeah. So the 3 accessories you'll see in here are going to be your cargo net up top, which is good if you've got like pillows or extra blankets or even your jacket or something that you need to keep up there when you're sleeping. The storage or the organizer in the back is awesome. We've got 2 clear pouches if you have an iPad or a phone, you want to watch a movie in there, as well as just keeping your keys, wallet, or phone at night. And then we've got our low profile chair here, which we believe is pretty awesome for the camping experience.
This is coming out. You guys are going to sell this. This is your product.
Yep.
It also has a little phone pouch on it, and this is really clever. This is padded on the bottom, right?
Yeah, so I kind of think of it similarly to like a stadium chair, where you've got tension from 2 points in the back. It kind of sits up like a triangle, and it's got a frame on the inside, and then you've got pads down here on the butt that kind of keep you from sliding around. We believe that it's pretty hard to make this space in here livable, and we think this is a really good way to do it, where you can actually hang out inside of the tent and not feel uncomfortable or unable to rest against things. But it does fold up flat, so you can keep it inside of the tent too when it's stored up.
What about lockability? I see that we've got, this is why you should always look before you talk, everybody. I wanted to make sure the lock was on here. These are add-ons, right, that you can buy?
So they actually come standard.
Okay.
Come standard with one on each side.
Okay.
And then we've got keys, so it kind of serves as two purposes. One, it's a good leverage point. If you're closing up the tent, you've got a pretty good amount to grab onto here. And then also to lock it up as well. Like I said, you got one on each side.
Cool. Cool. That's the 10 3.0.
Okay, Sloan, we know the one thing that sets you apart from your competitors is quality. Can you take us through some of the points that are high quality over what your competitors are doing?
Yeah. So our sister company, and we share ownership. We've been manufacturing aluminum hardware all over the outdoor industry for a long time. So making the transition into doing rooftop tents was not necessarily an easy one, but it was a little bit smoother than I'd say it can go for a lot of people. And quality is probably one of the biggest factors in aluminum hardware in itself. So first and foremost, that we do all of our own manufacturing and design in-house. And with that gives you a lot of control over each individual part, each individual aspect of the design of the tent, and ultimately just the quality of everything you're doing in the final product. And so everything that we have on this was able to be thought up, drawn up, and put into play by us and not somebody else. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's like we're end users of this product, so we have a lot of say in what we're doing, and we're not at the whim of another factory that's making products for other people in the industry. So there's really only a handful of companies out there, rooftop tent companies out there, that are going to be making their own products, us being one of them. And because of that, we can also do a lot of international work too, which is great. So in this particular tent, the big design factor that we are looking to hit and innovate on is the hinge up top here. So your typical tent is going to be a wedge style tent or a clamshell style tent. That's going to exclude this hinge, but the most limiting factor to that is going to be your space inside. If you're a taller guy like me, or there's one of our owners also 6'3" as well, like this corner up here is pretty unusable if you have a wedge style tent. There's a couple ways that people have managed to move around that, but in my opinion, this is probably the best one in terms of increasing your overall space, not just up here in the hinge. So this design gives you close to 40% overall more room in the tent. I can be sitting up on my knees inside this fully. You've got plenty of room to get dressed in there, change clothes, hang out in there if you want. The idea is that if you're going to spend this kind of money on a tent, you should be able to use it for more than just sleeping in it.
Exactly.
And
that was a key point for me too. The headroom, just the simple thing of just lifting up out of it and not having to hit your head on the top of the tent. That's an amazing feature for sure. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. So the idea is that like you can do more inside this. Like we've had a group of 4 people in here. You can play cards in it. You can hang out. You don't just have to use it for sleeping at night. If you're stuck in weather or whatever it may be, you can hang out here and kind of take shelter in here, which is awesome. You can feel comfortable while you're in there.
So Jay just called this out, and of course he's holding the camera for me, so I get to be the guy to point it out. But just this theme of everything being very well thought out, look at the rack system. And so think of this as being folded down on your roof, on your vehicle, but then you want to put your skis up here or whatever. You've got the rack rail system right here on the side, and they've thought that out so that the tent does not have to be the final thing on top. Who doesn't want to stack more stuff up? I'll show you one more thing while we're talking about rack mountable stuff. Check out the shoe bag. This is a cool accessory. That is in fact a shoe bag, but it's got the attachments here with the hooks on them, so you can hang it. Right? It's pretty cool. All right, guys. So this is another cool accessory thing that I'm going to show you guys. I just wanted to show you this up close, and I've got a red one here. I've got more black in my hand, and then Sloan put, what color is this, Sloan?
Teal.
Okay.
And tell us what do you guys call these? What does this do?
Yeah, so we call them aero strips. We had initially made them for the Japanese market because they had mentioned that they thought they heard like some wind noise in the tent. Turns out it was actually their racks, but this was just a pretty nice byproduct of that. Is that one, if you just want a little bit better aerodynamics of the tent, you can insert these in. Two, if you want to pop a color, we've got a couple different color options and more to come. And then three, it's good for just keeping any water or anything out of your T-tracks, and it's just a really easy way to accessorize your tent that we found customers actually really enjoy, especially if you have a vehicle that has a color scheme to it and you want to keep with it. We found that customers really like having more unique looking rooftop tents from the outside, especially because they can start to kind of blend together from a closed up perspective.
All right, so I've got Sloan. This is the chair. He's going to tell us about the chair in a second, but I've asked him, as somebody that has a lot of camp chairs, to let me know instructions, make a fool of myself, and see if I can set this thing up while he tells us about it. So, here we go. All right, what do I need? First of all, I'm going to go ahead and before I hand it over to you, Sloan, you guys have included on the bag a cool strap.
Yeah.
Which some of the other camp chair companies don't give you guys. I'm just saying. Okay, so go.
Yeah, so this is a small product, but something that we're pretty excited about, just in simplicity and also being at shows like this and being on the road a lot. It's really great. So this is our TXC1 camp chair. One of the primary reasons why I really like this is just how small it packs up to be. I can typically take 2 or 3 of these and put them underneath the seat of my car. And typically in the past, whenever I have camp chairs, they take up a lot of room. Maybe you have to put them in the foot space in your back seat. So this is great because it packs up really small. I would estimate that setup time for one of these is typically 2 minutes.
No pressure.
But
hey, it's my first time.
he's cranking through them right now. Here, sorry, I'll give you another little. There you go.
Oh, thanks. Well,
But yeah, we designed this. It's got mesh on the backside and on the butt and on the edges, so you can get some good ventilation going through. And then we also have some straps on the back and down the center. This just helps because when you sit down on it, it's designed to essentially like straddle your body, which just makes it nice and comfortable.
and I'm going to call this out because, again, this is not something that I have some expensive camp chairs that don't include this, and you pointed this out to me.
Yeah.
Got little hook finger loops here, so when you have the tension on the last couple pockets that you need to put your posts in, it makes it so much easier. That's super nice.
Yep. And then we've got some mesh pockets on the side and a bottle opener as well.
Which is right there. Look at that. Again, just well thought out stuff like they do in all their lines that give you a little something extra that some of the other ones out there don't have.
And if you don't have a bottle opener on your product, what are you doing?
But you've got a product that's about to drop, and it's right between us here. What is this thing?
Yeah, so we're launching our new cargo case line. This one being the biggest of the 2 sizes out right now. We'll have more down the line. So really, we wanted to bring a hard-mounted full aluminum case to the market. We think a lot of the ones out there that are for larger items like skis and snowboards, there's not really any aluminum ones out there. So this is our TX190. This is a 190-liter case. This can be hard-mounted to your rack. You got enough room in here for skis, snowboards, fishing rods, rifles, bows, what you name it.
Now you've got rails, right? You've got your rail system that you use on your tents.
Yep.
That's also on this rack, and you were probably going to get there, but I'm so excited about this, right? So somewhat modular with the rail stuff, right?
Yeah. So inside and out, these are designed to be as modular as we can get them. And we're open to change of stuff down the line as well. But you've got T-tracks on the bottom corners of the inside on the top and bottom. So these are good for right here on the bottom. We have our ski and snowboard straps right here. We'll have some dividers on the line as well. So you can strap your boards in this, or you can put like fishing rod holders in here too. Up top, you can use it to mount and attach mole panels.
Now, do I get these? Or
You won't. So these will be purchasable accessories.
But you guys do sell these.
Yeah, we will be selling them.
And you've got the Molly Velcro kind of attachment
So
stuff.
the whole lid up here has Velcro on it. So say you wanted to do a Velcro MOLLE system instead of an aluminum one, you can just attach everything you need, pouches, bags, and stuff to these and attach them on here. This pouch up here is going to be all Velcro, so this stays up here as well. The case itself has drain ports in the bottom of it, so say you put your skis or your boards or your boots in there and they're wet, don't worry about it. You can always wash it out or just let it drain as well. It's gonna be hard mount to your rack, and then you also have lockable latches on the side, especially if you've got any like rifles or bows or anything that you're planning on keeping in here, and it's full weather sealed as well.
Now, if I've got the Geo Solo, right,
Yes,
which
yeah.
is that's your smallest footprint tent.
Yep.
This would go nicely next to it, right? Like
Yeah,
I can have them both on my rack at the same time.
Yeah, so we initially, when we designed this, we had this Geo Solo, which we were boasting and talking about this idea that you can have the rest of your rack space. So we had to come up with an idea of how you fill that rack space for storage. So this is our solution to that. This is gonna be the same exact length as all of our tents. And these fit side by side very well with the Solo on the rack, and they look beautifully together. So yeah, you've got rails on the sides, so you can still use these as attachment points for any accessories, and then you can do crossbars on top as well if you have extra skis or a bike or a kayak or something that you need to throw up there. So.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We've got a special incentive for you. Make sure you check the description. It's a pretty sweet code. You guys are gonna love it. Thanks to Sloan and the folks at Intrepid Camp Gear for providing that. You can find out more about them and all their gear at intrepidcampgear.com. And don't forget, if you're in the continental United States, you get free shipping, which is super sweet. Those things aren't light. Oh, and by the way, less than a 60-second setup. How's that? Thanks, you guys. See you on the next one. And the takedown. Go for it.
If I'm goofing it up, let me know. Because you know I'm not a professional at this. Let's do it for fun.
Sure it says otherwise, but okay.
Okay.
I'm like,
Hey everybody, you always do this to me, man.
I'm sorry.
You always do this. No, you're fine. It doesn't
Take
matter.
two.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm here.
Hold on. I gotta click. Okay. All right, everybody. So in closing, first of all, thank you for checking us out. You can find... This is going in the outtakes. This is going in the outtakes. Wait till you guys see what's about to happen. Make sure you bring the right key. Yeah, taste it.